In-depth, investigative. This is News 10 NBC at 5.
Appreciate, your freedom, because it's much more fragile than you might think it is, because I was looking at a horrible situation.
A middle school teacher in Pittsford wrongly arrested after a man used the teacher's name when police accused him of stealing. And it happened again and again and again.
We found warrants for the teacher's arrest from Buffalo to Geneva, but only one police department actually arrested him: Webster Police.
A lawsuit says if Webster Police had done their job, they would have known they had the wrong guy. But since that didn't happen, it turned into a story by our chief investigative reporter, Berkeley Breen. Burke?
Deanna, I think when you watch this story, and the viewers watch this story, I bet you ask yourself, how could this happen? This arrest destroyed a man's reputation, put him in debt, and made the illness that he was fighting even worse. That's why he wears a hat and a mask. Webster Police knocked on Christopher Moore's door 2 years ago.
And they asked me my name, and I told them it's Christopher Moore. They turned me around, handcuffed me.
Moore was charged with stealing thousands of dollars worth of vacuums from Kohl's in Webster. Have you ever stolen anything in your life?
I've never been arrested in my life.
Chris Moore's nightmare started in this parking lot January 2022. Genesee County Sheriff's deputies stopped two men suspected of trying to steal from this Kohl's in Batavia. One deputy asked for the name of the man in the green hoodie.
Christopher Moore.
His name is actually Christopher Cole.
So that's correct information. You understand you can't lie to a police officer? Okay.
Yes.
Cole said he didn't have any ID, but because he gave Chris Moore's name, middle initial, and his date of birth, it all checked out.
Sir.
Christopher Moore, coming back valid. C. David, -2.
Thank you.
Cole and his accomplice did not get arrested, but a report was made. And when Webster Police got the information, it matched a suspect wanted for stealing from their Kohl's. But when they got an arrest warrant, Webster Police used the name the suspect gave.
Christopher Martin Moore.
What's your name?
Christopher Martin Moore.
You're sitting in your house, minding your own business, and next thing you know, you're being pulled out of your own home, humiliated.
Moore had so many charges he was looking at years in prison. His case was about to go to the grand jury when his criminal lawyer obtained Chris Cole's image from the body camera video. When he showed that to the court, the charges were dropped. So if Webster Police had just looked at that picture that they got from the Genesee County Sheriff's deputy, they would have realized...
Yes, that he was not the person they were looking for. And the picture was in their possession. It was sent to them by the Genesee County Sheriffs who had the interaction with the suspect.
J. Morgan Levy is Moore's civil attorney. Last week, she filed this federal lawsuit against the town of Webster, its police department, the officer who initiated the arrest, and Cole Security.
They either completely neglected to look at it or looked at it and didn't pay attention to it. I'm not sure. I don't know exactly what happens there, but when you see the picture and you see a picture of Chris Moore, it's clear they are not the same person.
When I asked the Webster Town supervisor and the police chief to sit down and talk to me, they decided to write a statement. But instead of explaining how an innocent man got arrested and what they've done to make sure it doesn't happen again, they decided to say all the good things they do. They wrote, "The Webster Police Department remains committed to maintaining high standards. Officers undergo robust training, including eyewitness identification, and they continue to implement effective strategies to enhance safety and service." Christopher Moore says they've never apologized.
It's been incredibly frustrating. It's still going on.
Wait a second. Other police are calling you to say there's a warrant for your arrest.
Numerous warrants.
Is it hyphenated? Like, what's on your driver's license?
Christopher Martin Moore.
Just about every time Chris Cole was stopped for stealing, he gave Chris Moore's name. I track police reports and warrants in Orchard Park, Greece, Ontario County, Genesee County, and Cayuga County.
Here's another one.
Just days before I met Chris in January, he got another call from a sheriff's office because of another warrant. All the warrants have now been cleared. Levy says it took Ontario County sheriffs 15 minutes to do it once they compared Chris Moore to the image of Chris Cole. Do you think Webster Police could have done the same thing?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Being accused of something that you haven't done numerous times is a horrible experience. And to have people on the other side, whether it be a sheriff or judge, believing you are a criminal is a horrible feeling.
Now get this, Christopher Cole called me this week. He told me that he's gone through Veterans Court and he's sober now. He told me using Moore's name was stupid. That was his word. He did it because he thought there was a warrant out for his arrest. He told me he is completely and totally sorry. Brett?
Unbelievable story here, Burke. In the beginning, you said viewers will wonder how this happened. So I wonder, how did Chris Cole get Chris Moore's name?
Right.
They were high school friends and classmates in Irondequoit. And I went back and I checked the 1985 yearbook, and sure enough, their photos are there. Cole told me when he called that Chris Moore's name and the date of birth are the ones that he knew.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. And he remembered it from 1985.
Right.
Well, police must get fake names all the time. So why in the world didn't they check this out?
Well, they do. And without ID, I talked to 2 veteran police officers. They told me they would usually ask for a social security number or the person's age. And if they fumble those, it's a red flag. Listen to this. 5 years ago, Webster police were sued for arresting a man for robbery. When the security video showed it wasn't him, the town settled this lawsuit, costing taxpayers in Webster $350,000.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
Now they have another lawsuit on their hands. All right, Burke, thank you.